Good day, this is Annalie Bejoc from Biology. We would like to share our best practices for teaching virtual lab-based biology courses. According to World Economic Forum, COVID-19 pandemic has changed education forever. As a result, education has changed dramatically with a distinctive rise of e-learning, whereby teaching is undertaken remotely and on digital platforms. Here, we compiled some of our best practices for teaching virtual lab-based courses. To test and endeavor ourselves if we have been successful in achieving our target goals and objectives, we encourage all our faculty teaching biology generally to be present when mentoring, as much as we do active interaction in face-to-face teaching. This means we set regular times meeting in virtual classroom. Second, the use of both synchronous and asynchronous activities, where we encourage our students real-time interactive brainstorming and sharing discussions. Other times, we require them to think critically, plan and write, which made learning more effective for individual students. Then, we also applied feedbacking, including reflection essays, comments, and suggestions, which pave way for modifications and better course offering in the next cluster. One of the biggest challenges of teaching biology online is sustaining the lab component of classes, because there are lab experiments that require specific equipment, and it's hard for this equipment to reproduce outside of that physical space. But despite the challenging time of the pandemic, our passion and commitment in teaching lab-based courses never stopped. Here, we will share our activities which are part of our best practices. First is the DIY experiments. These are experiments that can be done at home using simple kitchen materials like DNA extraction and growing or culturing bacteria. DIY experiments allow students to realize that even this time of pandemic, it makes scientific concepts more accessible and meaningful. Bio students are nature advocates. We always want them to see the interconnections between man and nature, and thus they were provided with lab experiments that used recycled or indigenous materials, such as creation of phylogenetic trees in evolutionary biology and the use of Winogradsky's column for microbial ecology. These experiments enable students to develop understanding to the use and management of natural resources around them. Research is always integrated in bio courses. We want our students to explore new angle for approaching research. And one of the activities provided in the laboratory is article or paper critique and review. This is intended for first year and second year bio students, preparing them to a more challenging role in their thesis class when they reach third year. Then, we also use interactive videos. This will improve learners' performance by providing visual examples that allow them to interact, explore, and digest science concepts. The use of interactive video is applied to all bio courses. We also use MS Teams Whiteboard. This will enable students to interact and solve simple math concepts, like investigating hereditary traits and the use of Punnett squares in genetics, modeling natural selection, and to infer evolutionary relationships by creating cladograms. And lastly, we also have embedded in our Moodle virtual simulation lab, such as Labster. Labster is a 3D visual learning environment that provides a real-time data visualization of science concepts. In Lobster, students interact with lab equipment, perform varied experiments, learn with theories without stepping out in physical science lab. With these activities that we use to teach virtually, it is our hope to provide students with meaningful and impactful learning experiences. Before I will end my presentation, I would like to share this quote from Jeffrey Baumgartner. Creativity always starts with imagination, and imagination is the root of innovation. We in biology must continue to come up with truly creative, lab-based ideas that have the potential to become major innovation. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you, and may God bless us all.